completing the picture. Ever feel like everyone else has their life figured out while you're still trying to put the pieces together? Meet Maya, a teenager drowning in college rejections, watching her perfect Instagram feed and feeling like she's climbing a shaky ladder toward a future that keeps slipping away. Sound familiar? In today's listening story, Completing the Picture, discover how one girl's biggest disappointments became the pathway to God's amazing plan for her life. Sometimes the pieces that don't fit are exactly the ones we need to let go of. Grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's dive into a story about faith, hope, and trusting God when nothing makes sense. You might just see your own struggles in a completely new light. Let's go! Maya stared at her phone screen, scrolling through perfectly curated Instagram posts. Everyone else seemed to have it all figured out. College acceptances, relationships, families that looked like they stepped out of a magazine. She felt like she was standing on a shaky ladder, trying to fit puzzle pieces together while everyone else's sky was already complete. Another rejection, she muttered, tossing the letter from State University onto her desk. That made 3. Her parents had been understanding, but she could see the worry creeping into their conversations. Her best friend Emma had already committed to her dream school, and her boyfriend Jake seemed more distant lately. Maya climbed up to her favorite spot, the old treehouse her dad had built when she was 10. From up there, she could see the whole neighborhood, but today even the view felt fragmented, like the puzzle pieces floating around her life. God, I don't understand, she whispered, looking up at the cloudy sky. Everyone else seems to know their path, but I'm just lost. What am I supposed to do with all these broken pieces? She pulled out her worn Bible, a confirmation gift from her grandmother. It naturally opened to Jeremiah 29:11, a verse she'd highlighted so many times the ink was fading. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Her phone buzzed, a text from Jake. We need to talk. Maya's heart sank. She'd been expecting this conversation for weeks. When they met at their usual spot by the lake, Jake looked as uncomfortable as she felt. I think we should take a break, he said gently. We're both heading in different directions, and I don't want to hold you back. Surprisingly, Maya felt more relief than heartbreak. You know what? You're right. I've been so focused on what I thought my life should look like that I forgot to ask what it actually could look like. That night, Maya sat with her parents at dinner. Really sat, without her phone for once. Mom, remember when you wanted to be a doctor? Maya asked. Her mother smiled. Yes, but then I discovered teaching. Sometimes the path changes, and that's okay. Your father wanted to be a professional musician. And now I'm an accountant who plays guitar at church, her dad chuckled. God had different plans, better ones. I met your mom at that teaching conference I almost didn't attend. Maya felt something shift inside her. I've been trying so hard to force the pieces together. What if I've been looking at the wrong picture entirely? The next morning, Maya opened her laptop and started researching community colleges and gap year programs. She'd always dismissed them before, thinking they were lesser options. But now she saw possibilities. A chance to save money, explore different fields, maybe even do missions work. She called Emma, expecting judgment, but found support instead. Honestly, I'm terrified about going straight to university, Emma admitted. You're brave for considering other options. 2 weeks later, Maya was accepted into a gap year program that combined community service with career exploration. She would spend 6 months working with underprivileged kids and 6 months interning at different organizations. At youth group that Wednesday, she shared her story. I thought my life was falling apart, she told the group. But maybe it was just making room for something better. I was so busy trying to force puzzle pieces into the wrong spaces that I couldn't see the bigger picture God had in mind. Their youth pastor, Mike, nodded knowingly. Sometimes we have to climb higher to see the whole picture. And sometimes we have to let go of our grip on certain pieces to receive what God actually has for us. As Maya walked home that night, she looked up at the sky. The clouds were clearing, revealing stars she hadn't noticed before. She thought about the image that had been stuck in her head, herself on that ladder, reaching for puzzle pieces in the sky. She realized now that she didn't have to complete the puzzle alone. God was the one who knew what the finished picture looked like. Her job wasn't to control every piece, but to trust that each experience, even the rejections and disappointments, was part of something beautiful being created. "Thank you," she whispered to the stars, "for having a plan, even when I can't see it yet." 6 months later, Maya was thriving in her program, having discovered a passion for social work she never knew existed. The puzzle wasn't complete yet, but she was no longer afraid of the missing pieces. She knew who held them, and that was enough.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6.
Subscribe and share for more stories like this from faithful teenage learners.